Hey y'all, I just wanted to show those that are into gardening. I want to show you a cucumber plant that I planted, and I planted it on a this is a called a cattle panel. So they use it, I'm assuming, for cattle. And you can get it from oh, I forgot the name of it. Tractor Supply. You can get it from Tractor Supply. That was the only place we were able to find it. Um, so this garden itself, many of you might not know, but this garden is, we called it Viola's garden because this garden was made with love by me and another lady named Miss Kern. Um, and Miss Viola has been gardening for 40 years, but in the last 2 years, her health has declined, so she needed her granddaughter wanted to reach out to someone to see if they can help. So she reached out in a group, a local group, and me and Miss Karen told her yes, we would garden her plot for her. Um, Most of the stuff is ours. Miss Viola is just her, just a single person. So of course she can't eat all of this stuff. So we decided to make it like a community garden. Um, so anyway, everything that you see, mostly except for one plot, me and Karen planted. It is not in the best condition. It's a work in progress. This is the biggest piece of land that I've ever gardened, and it has been a task and a challenge. When you have everyday life things going on, and still trying to get out here and maintain. And I'm out here this morning because before the rain um, come, and I'm gonna show you something I did. Um, I didn't think this video was gonna be long. I just wanted to show y'all the cucumber, but I guess I can show y'all the whole garden. Um, this is oh, and it's saying my battery low, so I probably can't do it all. So this is a barrel that Miss Viola had in her yard. So I know rain is coming, and you guys that garden know rainwater is the best water to use. Anything from the heavens is the best, right? So we had some weed blocker, and I took the weed blocker, and it took me 5 minutes to do that. I put a piece of weed blocker over top of it, and then took a string and tied it. Hopefully, that would, with the beating of the rain, hopefully this string will hold it. That was the only thing I could think of that would hold it. Probably could have used a bungee cord, but I didn't have one. So, but anyway, that's that. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Um, these are potatoes that I planted, Yukon potatoes. They, as you can see, is flowers on some of them. Some of them have already flowered. And once potatoes die back, meaning the leaves start turning brown and withered, then that means your potatoes are finished producing. Okay. We have beans that we have, and let me see if I can find. They are just starting to produce some beans. Y'all see that? So they're just starting to produce some beans. Here we have, on this one, we planted lima beans. Y'all can see that. Never grown lima beans before, but it seems like it's working, right? So hopefully, that was Miss Viola's request for some lima beans. So we planted her some lima beans, whatever she wants. And I think I mentioned she's 84. So we have two of these panels. This is another one. And this one, we just put flowers on it. It is taking a while to grow up, but yeah, she'll have this forever. And so yeah, I wanted to do some different things in the garden. I have my own garden also. I mean, this is mine too. But I have another separate one that I had prior to doing this project. As y'all can see, the bees. I know they said we're having trouble with bees, but I have not had trouble in this garden with bees. So this cucumber is an Asian cucumber. And I'll put in comments the exact name of it because I always forget it. But I'm going to show y'all when they turn like yellowish, I believe, and then brown. Let me see if I can find one because they're everywhere. So here's a little baby one. And then here's I just seen a big one. Oh, here's a big one. So yeah, they're Asian cucumbers. And what I'm doing is just allowing them to trellis up. I told my husband we have a bet. I told him, I said, by next week, it's this side will be all the way at the top. So we'll see what happens. But it's cucumbers all. I don't want to disturb the bees because they're doing their pollination. They're pollinating everything. But it's this. These are full of flowers that should turn into cucumbers. I don't know how the Asian cucumbers taste. Never tasted them. But yeah. All right, guys. So this is Miss Viola's plot that she did herself. Her and her granddaughter. Her granddaughter is the one that reached out to us. So she has some tomatoes growing. She has some tomatoes on her tomato plant, and she has some okra. If y'all don't know, that okra was originated in Africa. So that alone made me want to made me want to grow okra. But Miss Viola already started it, and I heard they're very prolific. They take a while to get going, but then they do good. So I can see that. You see that? Yep. So she got okra. And they said they're abundant. So she has 1, 2, 3 plants. So she should get a good year out of that. So this plot, this is another. On this side we did like 4 plots. Each of us to have our own plot, and then the rest of the garden is just community. Like either one of us can eat it, we can give away, whatever. And of course we can do it with our own garden too. But that was just simple rules that we made up. But this plot, the lady that was going to come, she never did. So the grass is grown up for this. I plan on weed eating this, putting down that weed blocker that y'all see. And I will plant some fall plants in there, seeds, which I need to get to because you can start planting like some of your fall crops in the middle of July. So I'm going to start doing some seeds and at home and getting them going, so by the 15th or so, or a little later, they can start going. So this is my plot. I have several tomato plants growing. I don't know how well they will do over here. As you can see, they're still small, but I got a late start on them, planting them. This tree here gives my plot a little shade. I planted, well, not planted, but I had some little hooks, shepherd hooks, and I put little flowers there. So hopefully I give you guys some ideas on what you can do in your garden if you're a newbie and you just, you don't know what to do. So just some ideas. So I have kale, dinosaur kale. Normally kale you can't grow it in the summer in the heat, but dinosaur kale is like heat resistant. It will grow well in the heat. Again, I have tomato plant. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 12 tomato plants. Why do I always plant a lot of tomatoes? This is a volunteer. I don't know yet what it is, but it looks like a cucumber, like those. I made this trellis very easily. I mean, super easy. You just buy these green T-posts. I bought 2 green T-posts, and I measured it how big I wanted it. I should have made it a little longer, but that's okay. And then I just use zip ties to put this is fencing. It's like a fencing, and I don't know the name of it because this is something that Miss Karen bought for the garden. And so we had this left over. This is what we use for the beans that I just showed y'all, and the lima beans. So yeah, so I planted at the base of this. Well, actually, I had already planted these and then put up this trellis later, but don't do that. So I cost it out. Like these T-posts, I think were like $4 or something. So that's $8, and then we had this fencing already, and then I bought like $2 zip ties. So it was really cheap compared to $34 for a trellis. So don't think you can't make your own trellis. You can. It's pretty easy. Also, tomato cages can become expensive depending on how many tomatoes you have. So with the leftover fencing, I made half moons is what I'm calling them. I made half moon cages for my tomatoes, and that worked out well. Um, let's see. So I have some peppers. I just put the Hungarian wax peppers. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm rushing a little bit because my battery is going, and also it's about to rain. I had to come out to the garden to do some things to prepare for the rain and put some things away. So those are some old tomato plants. Like I said, those are now these are regular cucumbers. I told Miss Viola, I said, Miss Viola, in my plot, I'll grow you some regular cucumbers just in case we don't like the other one. But this is not where I got the cucumber from yesterday. That's at my other garden. I know y'all. Y'all always tell me I'm so busy. Also, I have edamame beans back here. Oh, it's only 2 plants, but they're just starting to flower. So soon I'll have hopefully some edamame beans on there. So this is Miss Curran's garden. Miss Curran is a artiste. So as you can see, she does a lot of structural work and stuff like that. So she has a lot of tomato plants. She has some peppers growing. This is another volunteer squash. I mean, can y'all see how huge that thing is? Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. I don't know. She hasn't gotten any fruit yet. It's just big. It's just big. Let's see. I want to show y'all her peppers. They're beautiful. And she got a lot of flowers on the peppers. Y'all see her peppers? Yep. So, these are her tomatoes. On all the tomato plants, you can plant some basil. It'll help combat pests from your tomato plant. So this side is the community space. Really, we're just using this end of it. The other end is in this tomato. So we have corn growing. It didn't get full size, and that's okay. Like I said, for 40 years she's been working this property, so it's a little depleted and need to be amended, and so we will do that for next year, but we just made do what we have. I'm trying to see how I can get around here. All right, so we have crooked neck squash growing. It's our first one, and that's our only plant of that. We have watermelon, sugar baby, and this this squash was a volunteer too. A lot of times birds will pick stuff up, or squirrels or whatever, and drop the seed. This did not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be on the other side. So yeah, it kind of took over, but we have about 4 or 5 butternut squash growing over here. Y'all see that? Yep. So yeah, I have like 4 or 5 of them growing, and so far 2 watermelons. So I showed you 1 watermelon, and that's the other watermelon, and they both sugar babies that have grown. But yeah, so that's that. Then we have a new, this year was the year new. I wanted to try some new things. I've been gardening for a long time too, 10 plus years I guess. It's been that, probably longer than that. But that is a candy roaster. You cannot see how long that is, but this baby is at least 12 to 14 inches long. And candy roaster is a squash. People use it to make pies and all that stuff. So yeah, that's something new. That and the Asian cucumbers is a new project for us. And this particular squash has had vine borer and squash bugs. And this, if you don't know, this is not good. This is squash bug eggs, so you have to just take your hand and rub it and get it off. Normally they don't be at the top. Normally they're at the bottom. But sometimes you'll see them at the top. So every day almost is a maintenance. These are other tomato plants that I planted. They are almost as tall as me. They're not 5, no, about 4'9". Normally all of my tomato plants get about 7 feet tall, some of them. But yeah. So yeah, so over this side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is where I did get the tomatoes from. Sorry, y'all. All right, so that's the end of that, y'all. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm working on. Y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.